this is Eric with another Battle Tanks League commentary video. Let's get into it right now. We have Pikabar on the bottom. He ran up the Medivac and got a basic magic upgrade. We'll see whom he faces in a minute. It looks like it's going to be DarkLighter, a Medivac mirror, so let's see if DarkLighter upgrades that basic magic. It looks like he actually got a tech mech instead of upgrading the basic, so that'll save him 150 gold later, but he will get pushed by Pika for now. Meanwhile, in the middle, for the south team, we have Hokuto and a Demolisher and a basic magic, Alrion and a Raider with a basic magic, and Snuffy, who got a multi-bow on his distributor. I was going to make the comment that, like, sometimes in the middle, when you random a tank such as Raider or Demolisher, it can be a bit difficult because you don't have as much DPS as your teammates who may have randomed something like Light Tank or Helicopter. And the fact that they all randomed expensive tanks and got basic magic means that none of them have to worry about like their teammates stealing a lot of creep kills. And then Snuffy went and got a multi-bow on his distributor, kind of negating that comment, and that's not a build that I really recommend. You can get multi-bows sometimes on the lane. It can be effective with certain matchups, but definitely not in the middle. That's kind of a selfish play there by Snuffy, and his teammates Hokuto and Alrion probably are not happy that Snuffy, the weaker player of them, is going to be taking a disproportionate amount of gold. So we'll see if the North team in the middle can capitalize on that. The North team features Gabriel, who is a scout, and I think he had a Bombard Rockets if he's upgrading his weapon. Yep, he has a Bombard Rockets, and ArmoredTitan, who is in a Demolisher and a basic magic, and Cirdans, who is in a Helicopter with a light cannon, which he has already upgraded. And so, right now, given that Snuffy has his multi-bow and he's upgrading the multi-bow, I feel like multi-bow is something you never upgrade. Like you get it just as a quick creep DPS, but you want to put as little gold into it as possible. So given that Snuffy is putting his gold into a multi-bow, I think this North team here can be pretty aggressive and try to snag a couple of kills or push this team back to their rocket towers so that the rocket towers start killing the creeps. We'll see what happens there. And then on the top, we have SHYMASTORM on the south team, who is in a Raider with a basic magic upgrade. And it looks like it's a Raider mirror. So Medivac mirror on the bottom, Raider mirror on the top. Fenix is the player on the top, also with a basic magic upgrade. I think Fenix is right now the rank 2 player in the world. So SHYMASTORM is a very good player himself, but I think Fenix is the slightly stronger player. So we'll see if Fenix is able to push SHYMASTORM back to his tower. Looks like they're pretty even right now, though Fenix is being quite aggressive. If SHYMASTORM can maintain his position in this strategic location and not lose creeps to the tower, he'll be fine. He just needs to stay in that strategic location, pop out, grab that healer every once in a while, and try to heal up his hit points. Looks like Fenix is going to go back and to try to get full health and continue putting pressure on SHYMASTORM, force him to go back to his command post where Fenix can push his own creeps. And yeah, Incognito making the same comment that I did, that Alrion and Hokuto are probably very happy that Snuffy is taking all of their creep kills. I don't think I can see the team chat as a referee, but I wonder if he's getting yelled at pretty harshly right now. Alrion is already pretty frustrated after the last game that just happened that went kind of poorly for the South team. I was on Alrion's team and we were winning, and then a few things happened and we stopped winning, and it was a very long game and we ended up kind of losing frustratingly. And yeah, Incognito also pointing out that Snuffy upgraded the multi-bow, which, oh boy. Poor Alrion, poor Hokuto. Imagine if Snuffy ends up carrying the middle, ends up pulling out a heavy tank at like 10 minutes and just farming these guys. That would be one for the ages. Alright, it's been almost 5 minutes. I wonder why Pikabar was at his command post. I thought he might have been shopping. It's kind of weird that DarkLighter would be pushing on him like that, but maybe he was typing and I wasn't paying attention. Pikabar misses the super thrust. He does have more health than DarkLighter does, though, so actually DarkLighter getting a good super thrust. It looks like he's skilled that to level 2, so he didn't get any abilities at level 3 as the Medivac, and instead he saved up 2 ability points for level 4 so that he could upgrade his tank cannon and his super thrust. Alright, 5 minutes into the game. Oh, looks like pikabar already got a tech mech. That's probably why he was at the command post. He got the tech mech, and now that tech mech has brought him a second basic magic, and pikabar is going to use that tech mech to give him additional regeneration. That will probably allow him to push DarkLighter's command post. Meanwhile, on the top, neither SHYMASTORM nor Fenix have gotten any weapons. SHYMASTORM is behind in gold by about 400, and so maybe he already bought his tech mech. If not, Fenix is going to be able to get a second basic magic much sooner. I'm curious to see if any of them decide to go grenade launcher. Imagine Fenix going a grenade launcher. That would give him a DPS advantage versus SHYMASTORM, and it would also allow him to hop onto the bottom and get ganks on pikabar, who is likely to be pushing on DarkLighter. I tend to be kind of partial to the star shooter and the grenade launcher kind of weapons. Occasionally it does burn me when I forget to change it to the right mode, but I do think they are worthwhile getting. I don't see them that commonly used though by other players, so I wonder why that may be. Looks like the middle is getting pushed, and Snuffy is the first to fall. Let's see if they can get the kill on Cirdans. He is hit by the shockwave, and then ArmoredTitan is hit by Hokuto's artillery shot, but they aren't able to get any kills to finish him off. Alrion's trying to step in and be aggressive. He might actually get the kill on Cirdans if he gets one more static charge. Let's see if Gabriel can get the return kill. He does. And yeah, this is going poorly for the middle. That went Hokuto and Alrion played that just about as well as they could have, hit all of their abilities, and they barely got a kill, and I think that was still a 2-to-1 trade for the North team. So people are commenting now if pikabar is going to try to get a quick ghost tank and just play try-hard mode and no care for what is balanced and what is not. He does have a slight level advantage over DarkLighter, but it is very small so far. And then Snuffy, he needs to sell that multi-bow and get like an electro cannon quick. Alright, Hokuto gets a double hit on both Gabriel and ArmoredTitan. They're both going to be able to get away though. The only one who can do follow-up damage is Alrion, and he's not going to be enough. They definitely are missing out on Snuffy. Imagine if Snuffy had had even just a basic magic upgrade and maybe 2 or 3 heat-seeking missiles. That's a very, very different fight you're looking at, but right now, even with Hokuto landing a double hit on the artillery shot, they're able to just back right up. SHYMASTORM gets a good kill on Fenix. In the top, you can see he also has his tech mech with him. That tech mech has 2200 health, which is actually more than SHYMASTORM has. And so it looks like SHYMASTORM, maybe he brought that tech mech in on purpose to take damage for him in that close fight, but maybe it just happened to be there. Looks like Hokuto has gotten a second basic magic, and Alrion has also gotten a second weapon. Neither of them are going to try to save up for anything like an energy torpedo. They want DPS as quickly as they can to try to take kills from Snuffy. Snuffy did sell his multi-bow and got an energy torpedo, which is an interesting weapon. Let's see if he's able to make use of that. It looks like both Gabriel and and Cirdans have holes, so they're not going to be completely vulnerable to this energy torpedo. Actually, he got a good shot off on ArmoredTitan. And Snuffy actually getting quite a few lucky hits on the enemy team, but nobody's in position to follow up with it. We can see pikabar get a kill on DarkLighter at the bottom. Pikabar's tech mech is absent, and looked like a similar situation as what happened with Fenix, where maybe pikabar brought his tech mech in to take damage for him, and now he's going to go and repair that tech mech. Hokuto dies on the south team, and Alrion trying to put pressure on Cirdans, who fled too quickly there. Gabriel has a second bombard rocket, so he's going to try to put pressure on the enemy team from long range. We'll see if he ends up changing tank to something like a helicopter. He might just farm up with 2 bombard rockets and a scout, and maybe change to something like a quick heavy tank or a guard. Gabriel might be in position to get shots on Hokuto. Hokuto does get some healing. He is able to kill Alrion along with ArmoredTitan. Meanwhile, Fenix and SHYMASTORM continuing to target one another at the top. Fenix was able to save up for a better weapon. He got the light cannon instead of a second basic magic, so it looks like Fenix did indeed have that 400 gold advantage over SHYMASTORM at that one point I did check, and that gold lead is going to be exacerbated. Fenix now has a 3-to-1 kill ratio over him, so he has 1700 gold. He might get a hole at this point. Maybe he'll save up for a steel hole, or maybe he'll just get a repair kit. Hokuto misses the artillery shot on Gabriel, who is able to escape, and instead Alrion dies, and now Hokuto's in trouble from Cirdans, and Cirdans and Snuffy all die. So that was 3 kills for the middle. If Hokuto had hit that artillery shot, that's a very, very different fight. That's probably just a 1-to-1 trade, but Gabriel was able to dodge it, and then everybody died. DarkLighter trying to get a kill on pikabar, who turns around and uses a super thrust on him, able to get a kill on DarkLighter, who was trying to chase him with pikabar having very, very little health. And yeah, that was a very, very good play by pikabar, turning that fight, as Matslia is commenting. So hopefully pikabar and, well, SHYMASTORM's doing okay. Hopefully SHYMASTORM can pick it up and help carry the middle. Snuffy does die once again. Out of position there, took a couple of abilities. And yeah, Snuffy is now 0-4, already feeding. And he took a bunch of creep gold from Alrion and Hokuto. So lovely, lovely play by Snuffy there. He has upgraded the energy torpedo. So as long as he stays careful and just tries to get good shots with the energy torpedo, he can turn this middle around. If Hokuto is able to capitalize and get maybe an artillery shot on ArmoredTitan right now, who is a bit vulnerable, there are a lot of creeps in the way still that are going to have to clear those. Hokuto needs to instigate fights with that artillery shot, and as long as he can hit them, they do have a chance in this middle. SHYMASTORM with a good kill on Fenix. And he had a lot of health. Oh, he had a repair kit. I wonder if he caught Fenix off guard with that. Maybe Fenix was expecting him to have gotten a hole or something, or just didn't realize he had bought anything. Pikabar continuing to put pressure on DarkLighter. You can see Pikabar has almost a whole level advantage over him. And Snuffy takes an artillery shot and a shockwave from ArmoredTitan, and then a triple rockets from Cirdans. So he got targeted pretty hard right there. Pikabar comes in from the south. He's going to try to swing this fight. Gabriel's a little bit vulnerable. He took an artillery shot from our Hokuto, and so that prevented him from fleeing. Pikabar is going to have to get back now, and Cirdans is trying to ward off the enemies with very little hit points. Fortunately for him, he does have speed, so he can flee the fight when he's in a bad position like that. And then Fenix has gotten a 3rd basic magic, and so he has a lot more DPS than SHYMASTORM does. Or a 3rd weapon, I should say, a second light cannon. So he has a lot more damage than SHYMASTORM, and if he's able to get some hit points, he can definitely put a lot of pressure. SHYMASTORM has a mech that can repair the tower, but it itself is a bit damaged. SHYMASTORM does have the repair kit that's activated every 50 seconds, and that can win him fights, but Fenix is now well aware that he has it, and so Fenix will play more carefully accordingly. Looks like Cirdans got a kill in the middle. Hokuto takes a shockwave from ArmoredTitan. Gabriel almost dies. And yeah, this north team in the middle continuing to farm kills on Snuffy especially. SHYMASTORM needs to use his repair kit. He does just in time. Fenix is close enough to his command post that he can't, that he can just go back and heal. So if I were SHYMASTORM, I probably would have just fled that fight. Saved your repair for when you're at a more advantageous location. Pikabar and DarkLighter looks like they both have equal inventories. Actually, Pikabar has the Iron Hull upgrade, while DarkLighter only has the Iron Hull. You can see in addition to that, Pikabar has more gold saved, and he has almost full level advantage, so he has been farming more than DarkLighter has. He is also 2 kills to 0 deaths on DarkLighter, so that explains part of the disparity. Gabriel's a bit vulnerable, and Pikabar hops in from the south. Let's see if they can take advantage of this. SHYMASTORM also hopping in. This is a 5-on-3. Can they get any kills? Cirdans is vulnerable. Gabriel is vulnerable. They get two kills on Cirdans and Gabriel. SHYMASTORM does die in return. Fenix does have a lot of DPS, so they have to be careful that their tower doesn't take too much damage. Snuffy is able to get out of the way in the middle, and Alrion has a swarm rockets. He has 3 weapons now, so that's a lot of DPS. He should get a repair kit or a hole soon. And he's probably just trying to get as many weapons as possible to get farm, but you can see that lack of the hole there meant he got targeted pretty quickly. Hokuto with an excellent shockwave hitting Cirdans, but Cirdans escapes with about 50 hit points, so a very lucky escape for him. And Hokuto hits Gabriel with the artillery shot. Can Snuffy stay in position to get additional shots? There are a lot of creeps in 1300 range, so it was unlikely he'd get the kill. And then Hokuto himself took an artillery shot from ArmoredTitan. Everybody kind of fled, and then Snuffy dies once again to a triple rocket and then a shockwave. So Snuffy is now 1-6 already, and it's only 15 minutes. And it looks like ArmoredTitan actually is 6-0, so he's the one getting fed. It doesn't quite look like it since he only has 3 basic magics and an Iron Hole, but as long as he starts saving up, he can get a very good tank at around 25 minutes. Hokuto just barely misses Gabriel with the artillery shot. Fenix and SHYMASTORM continuing to go at one another. Fenix is playing quite aggressively. SHYMASTORM doesn't have his repair kit in. Pikabar might hop in, and then Fenix is able to just barely escape. As long as he can go around, maybe he might need some help from a teammate. Actually, it looks like he stuttered. He grabbed that healer and took a little bit to renew his movement. I think if he had ignored that healer, he actually would have been fine, but just stutter stepping at the... Oh, thank you, Matslia. Okay, Pikabar looks like he's gotten a shredder, so he's not going to go Ghost Tank, and he does get a kill on DarkLighter. And Gabriel, he has a 3rd Bombard Rocket, so he's playing very aggressively with this 1300 range. He still has 1300 gold saved up, so he is going to probably get a decent tank. And yes, this is me, Titan music. So yeah, I do try. I think a lot of the terminology that I use is stuff that only people who play League will know. Like when I refer to like a Goblin Brawler R or an Antigrav Q or a Tech Mech, like that's kind of language that only people who have played League will know. Snuffy able to use the reactive armor on himself. He actually healed 510 damage, but he still died. But I think people who are like brand new to the game of battle tanks might not always know what I'm talking about, so I do try to use the name of abilities and such whenever possible. I just don't actually know the names of many of the abilities. I just know what they do. Sometimes I don't even know that. There are a couple of tanks that I like have no clue how they work. I'm just not that experienced yet. Pikabar and Fenix hopping at one another. And somebody needs to come and repair that tech mech of SHYMASTORM's, because Fenix is being quite aggressive at him, and so if somebody can come and repair that, that can allow SHYMASTORM to hold his position for far longer. Fenix does have to be careful now with Pikabar being a shredder. He can hop into the middle, but also into the top. Looks like Alrion has Raider level 10, and yeah, wasn't able to do anything with that in that situation. SHYMASTORM needs to be careful. Does he have his repair pack? He uses it just in time, and he's able to get the kill on DarkLighter. Well played by him. That looked like a little bit too close for comfort on using the repair pack. I would have used it a little bit earlier. Pikabar gets a good pull and kill in the middle, and then Hokuto hits ArmoredTitan with the both the shockwave and the artillery shot. So excellent combination of abilities in the middle. DarkLighter teleports in to try to ward off the south team from hitting Gabriel too hard. Gabriel might want to change to maybe a helicopter at least, just for some additional mobility, but and some aggression, some counter aggression on people like Alrion and Pikabar, being able to have that stun at least. Good kill on Pikabar by DarkLighter, getting the splash damage from the super thrust, and then Alrion was pretty doomed right there. He had to teleport eventually back to that one spot right in the midst of the north team. And it looks like SHYMASTORM's actually pushing this north base. He doesn't have very much DPS, so he's kind of out of position there. If he had more DPS, I would consider that worthwhile, but right now he's just kind of making himself vulnerable. He does have the repair kit, so he can go out, but he dies far too quickly from both DarkLighter and Fenix. Snuffy now has a hole in addition to his energy torpedo. Pikabar pulls ArmoredTitan once again, so excellent play by him. Where is the North team's fourth player? That looked like a 4v3, but I can't find anybody. It looks like it was Fenix, but he probably was shopping. He does have a steel hole now, And yeah, I do agree with Incognito here. I think Shredder does Goblin Tank better than Goblin Tank does Goblin Tank. Goblin Tank is only good if you have a teleporter, but that's countered by any decent player with teleport breakers. I actually have a game that I have a video of. I was one-on-one in the lane with, I think, Mancy Janak, and he went Goblin Tank, and it took me like 15 minutes to realize, oh wait, I should be using teleport breakers on this, and I just kind of fed him, and it was pretty bad. But most players are able to get teleport breakers usually preemptively, and Snuffy needs to share damage with Hokuto. That was poor play by him, body blocking Hokuto and then not sharing damage with him. You can see he kind of realized what he needed to do right at the last minute. Fenix has no mana, so he can't cancel that teleport. He might get the kill on Snuffy. He gets the kill on Alrion and Snuffy, and almost SHYMASTORM as well. SHYMASTORM has to turn back. He is able to get a kill on Fenix with his missile. I don't know what that heavy tank ability is called. And yeah, if I'm Gabriel, I would definitely change tank to a helicopter just for the extra mobility, being able to avoid Pikabar's Shredder, especially, and then being able in fights to have a stun. With 3 bombard rockets, he does have plenty of farming DPS, so if I were him, I would switch to scout or switch to like a heavy tank right now. ArmoredTitan gets pulled by Pikabar once again, and also hit with the artillery shot from Hokuto. Actually, I don't even know if the Demolisher ability is called artillery shot. I think I've just referred to it always as that. I'll have to check the database eventually. Gabriel nets Snuffy, and Snuffy does die. Hokuto does get the fire ability, I forget what it's called, burning oil on ArmoredTitan and DarkLighter, but it's not in the middle of the fight, so it's just going to send them back to the command post, and they're going to be fine. Oh, Pikabar almost got hit by ArmoredTitan's artillery shot. That would have been excellent. Looks like Fenix and SHYMASTORM killed one another on the bottom. Alrion still doesn't have any hole or anything, and you can see he's so vulnerable right now, and DarkLighter is able to catch up with him with the additional speed gained by the super thrust. I think Alrion may have been trying to save up for a Hunter like quickly, but I think actually if he'd even gotten an iron hole, the 625 gold towards Hunter that he loses would have been more than made up for in lost deaths at this point. So I don't know what he's doing with 3 weapons and no hole, but that's not how I would have done it. Fenix barely not getting the kill on Snuffy there. Snuffy still with only 1 weapon and not that much gold. He is also far behind the others in leveling. Most people are level 10 and 11 at this point. He's almost level 9. And then Alrion is saving up. He has 6,000 gold, so he can sell his Raider for I think like 800, and then he can sell this for another like 1,500. He could get a Hunter with 1 weapon at this point right now. Big fight going on in the middle. Fenix teleports in from the top, but he dies before he can get his ultimate hit and run off, and then SHYMASTORM does die from the south team. Looks like Alrion is using his DPS to try to siege this tower. He is far better at that than Fenix is, but he is not that good at taking the follow-up fight. Once again, Alrion dies in a very preventable death. You can imagine an additional 50% hit points just from having an iron hole would have saved him, I think, 3 times at this point. And let's see, Hokuto has about 4,000 gold saved up. SHYMASTORM just tanked. What is going on up here? Pikabar trying to run into the towers so that the Dark Force gets the kill, or the Light Force gets the kill on him rather than Fenix, but Fenix uses his hit and run to catch up with him and get the kill anyway. Alrion trying to get a kill on ArmoredTitan's tech mech and also this bottom tower. Once again, Alrion does not have a hole, and so Fenix actually takes that fight much better than Alrion does. Fenix just had his abilities on cooldown right there. And let's see if anybody is saving up for a tank. DarkLighter has an Earth Robot, and he can buy back some of his weapons. ArmoredTitan does die there to a combination of abilities. And then Cirdans just tanked to a Sky Tank with an Electro Cannon, and he might be able to get, well, he'll get a basic magic back soon, I think. And then Fenix teleports on top of Alrion, and this is a fight that, once again, Alrion cannot take. And so Hokuto has enough to get a good tank soon. Snuffy has barely anything, so I'm not sure what he's going to be doing. And then Alrion has about 7,000, I think, and it's pretty much time to tank at this point because the middle on the North team has all of their tanks. They have a Sky Tank, they have a Hunter, and let's see what ArmoredTitan gets. If he gets something like a Wrecker, that would be a very good choice. Yep, he gets a Wrecker. Let's see if he can save Gabriel right now. Gabriel might not need saving. He is out of mana, so he can't kill Pikabar with the abilities. Alrion gets a Demon Tank instead of the Hunter. He's able to banish Cirdans, who is an Air Tank. So that Demon Tank is a good counter to the Sky Tank there. He doesn't have enough mana to follow up with it using his ultimate ability. And it looks like Fenix is going to be sticking with Raider for a while, so he might be Raider and then go to Frost Robot. He might stick with Raider, go to Shredder. He might stick with Raider and save all the way up for like Infernal Robot. So that Raider and Shredder are 2 early game tanks, sometimes Distributor, that you can stick with for like 40 or 50 minutes, depending on the build and the situation. Wonder where Pikabar is going right now. He does have a poison magic right now, so he has a lot of DPS, and he can't really be ignored on this tower here. He's probably more useful sticking in the middle and trying to get combination kills, ganking opponents. Yeah, he took too much damage from the creeps. He's going to have to go back. SHYMASTORM and Alrion and Snuffy all combining to kill DarkLighter. Fenix is going to return, but Alrion banishes him. And then ArmoredTitan tried to use a hook on Alrion, but it just hooked the little creep there, the Marine. I do like this combination of tanks in the middle from the North team. I think I've said this about this specific combination before, but the Goblin Wrecker, the Hunter, and the Sky Tank do synergize excellently in the middle. The ArmoredTitan can the Goblin Wrecker can instigate fights with the hook. Hokuto himself tries to hook, and ArmoredTitan dodges it. And then as soon as ArmoredTitan hooks somebody into the trap, Gabriel can hit him with the ultimate ability and the Acid Cloud. And in the meantime, Cirdans can do a lot of damage. I think like 3,000 damage from the Flame Strike and an additional like 2,000 from the Energy Bomb. So he takes like 5,000 damage from Cirdans, 1,500 from ArmoredTitan, and then another like 2,000 to 3,000 if you include the main gun from Gabriel. So if anybody gets hooked by ArmoredTitan and these two are around, it's pretty much a guaranteed death. Even if they have teleports. Oh, that was unfortunate. You could see Alrion hit somebody with the lava shot, and then Hokuto looked like he was going to hit I think Cirdans, and then Cirdans was hit by the lava shot and was unable to be hit. Alrion has to be careful. He can't hide from Gabriel's tank cannon. Gabriel himself has a lot of weapons, so Alrion just needs one more shot, and Gabriel does get the kill. I do play Architect a lot because I like it. It's fun for me, but I'm not the best at it. Yeah, you do have to be more skilled to do it, probably more skilled than I am. Gabriel gets hooked by Hokuto. Let's see if Alrion and Hokuto can take advantage of it. Alrion gets the lava shot on Gabriel, and yeah, they're not going to escape Snuffy with a guard at this point. And so on this bottom team, we have a Demon Tank, a Guard, and a Goblin Wrecker. So these are tanks that also synergize pretty well. Hokuto can grab people with the hook. Oh, you can see Snuffy barely escaped there. That would have been a guaranteed kill, but his little Guard Treant actually saved him from ArmoredTitan's hook. But anyways, Hokuto can hook opponents, and or Pikabar can actually pull them in as the Shredder. And then Alrion can stun them with the Lava Shot. That does quite a lot of stun. You can see him use it on Gabriel right now. And then Snuffy can also disable opponents with the Guard Roots, as in the Entangling Roots, the ultimate ability. I don't know how effective Snuffy is actually going to be in that combination, so they're probably more going to rely on Pikabar and Alrion and Hokuto to put in that work there. Fenix still has his Raider on the top. Let's see if he's able to push SHYMASTORM enough to get this tower. This tower does have a repair module on it. I wonder if Alrion put that there before he changed tank to a Demon Tank. Wise play by him. That's 60 hit points a second, and that's definitely keeping that tower alive right now. Snuffy is on the top, not sure what he's doing. SHYMASTORM and Snuffy are both a bit vulnerable. Somebody needs to teleport in and save them. Pikabar and Alrion both teleport in. Alrion misses the lava shot, but if Pikabar can pull somebody in, he pulls Fenix in. And Fenix is going to die. DarkLighter also might die if DarkLighter uses his Q ability to escape. And Cirdans comes in from the middle, walking. And actually, DarkLighter does have to be careful. If SHYMASTORM has his ability, he can get the kill. Snuffy does hit Gabriel. Gabriel is going to be able to use his abilities to get the kill on Snuffy, and then Cirdans just needs to flee. Hokuto does have a hook in him, I think, and so Gabriel disables him with the gravity grenade. ArmoredTitan gets hooked and takes a... Oh, I thought SHYMASTORM had his ultimate ability. It's probably on cooldown still. ArmoredTitan tries to hook SHYMASTORM, but SHYMASTORM's caught in DarkLighter's Earthquake anyway, and he dies. So that was a very good exchange for the North team. After all was said and done, I think. It looks like Gabriel has all of his bombard rockets back, so he can do a lot of damage from long range. Alrion can use his banish on both Fenix and Cirdans, so Demon Tank is a pretty useful tank right now. He has 3 very, very useful abilities. Wonder what they're talking about. 8k death magic. Yeah, death magic is a pretty useless item. By the time you can save up 8,000 gold for a death magic, almost everybody has abilities or teleporters that can close the gap. And you can try to fight from 1300 range and say you're going to be careful, but then you get lava shotted, you get hooked, you get people teleporting on top of you, and that 1300 range or that 8,000 gold would have been better spent on something like a frost magic or a light fantastic or a lightning magic that all do the same, if not more damage, but are cheaper. 1300 range is decent at the start of the game, but definitely not in the mid game and definitely not in the late game. In addition to that, you're reducing the DPS you have while you're in a command post fight, and when you're in a command post fight, range does not matter at all. It's just DPS. And yeah, Incognito was saying some of that stuff as well. Ooh, SHYMASTORM gets caught in Gabriel's ultimate ability. He is able to barely teleport out. It looks like Cirdans tried to channel the Flame Strike and it got cancelled. I wonder if he had properly channeled that, had it been if it would have been just enough to get the kill. SHYMASTORM does die to Gabriel's Hunter. I wonder if he was typing, because he should have been paying attention to Gabriel kind of walking over there. Alrion's a bit vulnerable. He is saved by that ballista that was just barely alive. I think he would have dodged that anyway. That wasn't the most accurately aimed hook. And if I were ArmoredTitan, yep, he gets a speed right now. If you're a Goblin Wrecker, speed is definitely an important thing to get, because what you do is you launch that hook and you immediately start running back, and the more you can run back as that hook is channeling, the farther you will pull the enemy tank. And so if you have a speed upgrade and you launch the hook, let's say he's trying to hook Alrion, he launches the hook from right here, pulls Alrion, but in the meantime he's run all the way back here. Alrion, instead of getting pulled to right here, gets pulled all the way back here, and that does make a big difference. We've got 4 people in the middle on the top. Let's see if they're able to get any push. Looks like Snuffy and pikabar are just kind of... I wonder if pikabar is talking to Snuffy or if he's just trying to fake teleport. He does teleport in. ArmoredTitan is pretty vulnerable right now. I didn't see quite what instigated that fight. Pikabar does pull Gabriel in now, and pikabar does do a lot of damage. They're able to flee. Snuffy comes in. If he's able to get a good hook, he can deal a lot of damage to Cirdans, but Snuffy himself is a little bit too vulnerable, and he doesn't have any DPS to follow it up. This is pretty much a 4-on-5 right now. If SHYMASTORM has his abilities, nah, it's pretty late. ArmoredTitan wards him off with a hook. And then Gabriel is able to dodge Hokuto's hook right now, and then SHYMASTORM gets caught in the hook, and then Alrion hits Gabriel with the lava shot, so that's a 1-to-1 trade right there. DarkLighter using his Earthquake. Snuffy roots in the middle of that Earthquake. That was unwise. He took a lot of unnecessary damage there. Pikabar does pull ArmoredTitan in. They are going to be able to get the kill on ArmoredTitan. DarkLighter, if he has his Q ability, he can escape. He might still die. He is able to escape. And then Gabriel hops in. Pikabar runs into a trap. That might actually be deadly for him. Gabriel does not have any more abilities in him. Meanwhile, Fenix on the bottom getting a teleport beacon, and DarkLighter comes in. Alrion, Pikabar, and Hokuto are all there to ward them off, and then Hokuto gets the hook on DarkLighter. So well played by the South team there, able to turn that around into 2 kills and a tower. So I think Fenix spent 400 gold on that teleport beacon. I think that gives something like 250 bounty, so that was a large swing. Alrion barely able to dodge the hook on ArmoredTitan. That would have been a bit guaranteed kill had Armored got the hook there, because like I said, Gabriel and Cirdans can follow that up with additional disabling stuns and a lot of damage. So I think Hokuto has the next hook, so let's see if he's able to get anything. Pikabar comes in with the Shredder, and then he's caught in Gabriel's gravity grenade. Looks like the North team did kill SHYMASTORM. Alrion did put the banish on Cirdans and the ultimate ability. Fenix is at the bottom. I kind of missed that until it was too late, and so did the South team. Fenix built another teleport beacon along with DarkLighter, and so they do take a command post, and I wonder if they're going to try to siege this a little bit. This isn't the best position from which to siege the base, but Fenix does have a lot of DPS. Actually not that much, just 900. He has less gold than I would expect him to have at this point, though he has been playing quite usefully. And then you can see ArmoredTitan with the Goblin Wrecker. He got the speed boost upgrade after getting his weapons back and before getting anything else, and so now he can throw hooks and run back a really long ways. Looks like Gabriel got a kill on Snuffy at the top, and then Pikabar and Alrion are present, but they're not going to be able to get any additional kills. And then SHYMASTORM is trying to get the kill on Fenix. He does get a build. Fenix trying to survive as long as he can. Where is his team? He does get the healer just in time, and he is actually going to be able to almost escape. SHYMASTORM does teleport in and is able to kill him. SHYMASTORM has his own repair kit. Cirdans is kind of wandering around trying to put pressure on him. He does get the kill before Pikabar can save him. I wonder if Pikabar could have tried going to the top and pulling SHYMASTORM rather than using his abilities against enemies, but he is there to kill Cirdans and DarkLighter. Fenix is alive once again, and he's going to get a return kill on Pikabar, and now it looks like Hokuto and... Actually, Hokuto is against Gabriel and Fenix and ArmoredTitan at this point, and then Alrion was kind of at the top doing his own thing right there, maybe trying to distract the opponents. It was a little bit too late, and then Snuffy is just kind of I don't know what he's doing in the middle. He has a second energy torpedo, woohoo! But yeah, he was just kind of sitting there. Lots of fights, lots of places he could have been apart from there, but oh well. ArmoredTitan and Gabriel putting pressure on this north command post. Pikabar is going to come in. I wonder if he's going to pull ArmoredTitan. And yeah, ArmoredTitan got hit with the little rocket from the Q ability from the heavy tank. I don't know what it's called. SHYMASTORM and Pikabar are able to get the kill and get out of there. It's like Hokuto's tech mech is vulnerable. He did try to save his own tech mech with the hook, but it was able to run away just in time from Cirdans. Snuffy once again just sitting there and taking the earthquake from DarkLighter. DarkLighter only has short range right now, so he does need to close the gap if he wants to deal any additional damage to Snuffy. Pikabar pulling Gabriel in the middle. He's able to get the kill on Gabriel, and now SHYMASTORM joins him. He has mortar team, so they might actually kill this tower. If they're able to kill the tower and get a build, they can take this command post. They do get the kill. They get a kill on ArmoredTitan, and Pikabar builds a tower. He does speed it up, and now it's dealing damage to Fenix. Hokuto is there in the middle, but he doesn't have any more abilities. Actually, he does have the hook, but he just kind of gets out of there, and then they're going to be able to get this kill on the tower. Alrion, meanwhile, was trying to take the bottom. He was able to get one kill, but he was unsuccessful. I wonder why DarkLighter is teleporting. Oh, it's because this top is in trouble from Snuffy, of all people, who does die, and now this tower is going to go down. That was an expensive tower from Snuffy. That's 2,000 gold, so you only want to do that if you're like really, really committed. That's not something you just build as a, oh, I'm going to sneakily take a command post there. Might as well build a teleport beacon or just a rocket tower at that point. Fenix Fenix and Gabriel get a kill on SHYMASTORM, and it looks like after all was said and done, the south team the north team does retain control of this bottom command post, and they were able to save the top command post as well. Though this middle command post is vulnerable, and yeah, Snuffy just lost a lot of gold for himself. He could have bought a third energy torpedo with the gold he would have had. So yeah, this is kind of a 4-on-5 right now. Gabriel's farmed his way all the way up to a frost magic, so he'll probably maybe upgrade his speed and then get an orbital strike after that. SHYMASTORM trying to take this bottom command post. Nobody teleports in to help him out, and so SHYMASTORM, oh, Pikabar is now there. Pikabar does deal a lot of damage, but Gabriel does spawn some reinforcements to take damage. Pikabar does have a tower build, but it's not going to be enough. ArmoredTitan and DarkLighter are both there to save the command post, and they do get the kill on Pikabar and on the tower. Looks like that took a long time for anybody to teleport in from the north team. That probably should have been a 3v3 situation rather than a 2v3. SHYMASTORM is going to be able to get the kill. Oh, Hokuto, what a greedy move right there. SHYMASTORM had his mortar ability, mortar teams able to, or that definitely would have just gotten the kill on that tower, and then Alrion came in and used an ability that is far better used against enemy tanks to just steal that tower kill. Maybe he didn't realize what SHYMASTORM was doing, but maybe he was just trying to be greedy there. That's not the best play by him, but it was greedy. Alrion does have a lot of gold saved up, so he can get a pretty decent weapon soon. Maybe a light fantastic. Yep, he gets a light fantastic. Light fantastic is an excellent weapon because it has only 800 range, which isn't too short, but it does deal more DPS per its cost than something like a frost magic and or a lightning magic, and then it costs 6,000 gold, but its upgrade is also 3,500 gold, and so you can get it relatively early. At the same time, you could get a frost magic, but then you can upgrade it later in the game for 3,500 gold, and that makes for a terrific use of your inventory slot. Fenix hooks Pikabar, and then Hokuto hooks ArmoredTitan, or I guess Fenix didn't hook Pikabar. ArmoredTitan hooked Pikabar, so that was a 1-to-1 trade right there. Snuffy still in the middle with his treants farming. tries to use the Entangling Roots, misses Gabriel. On the topic of good inventory weapons, Frost Magic is another excellent weapon that you can get if you can save for it, because it costs 6,000 like the Light Fantastic, but its upgrade is actually 4,000, and so you have a 10,000 gold or a 10,000 value weapon in the late game that you can get at 6,000 gold. What I prefer getting Frost Magic to something like Lightning Magic, because Lightning Magic costs a bit more, so you have to save up a little bit longer to get it initially, but then its upgrade is only 2,000, and so you end up with like a 9,000 gold weapon as opposed to a 10,000 gold weapon in the Frost Magic that you can get earlier, and that actually attacks faster and thus is a bit more efficient at killing creeps. You don't get as much overkill. Though some people actually like slow firing weapons such as the Lightning Magic, because you can kind of hop in and out as it's firing. It fires once every, I think, every second, and then once every 3/4 of a second. And so if you're quick and accurate, you can kind of hop in and out of its range and not take damage. Looks like Pikabar is getting a kill and building a tower in the middle. Gabriel and DarkLighter and ArmoredTitan are all there. Hokuto comes in. They do have a 2-on-3 because this is a tower, but Fenix comes in with a demon tank and finishes that fight. Probably would have won it without Fenix, but just to make sure. And then Fenix is going to get a kill on Alrion, along with Gabriel, who uses the Acid Cloud and the Gravity Grenade. Alrion does try to build a tower, but that's just going to be a waste. Let's see if SHYMASTORM can take advantage. SHYMASTORM doesn't have very much DPS, so it's only his abilities, and he actually just dies instead. So that was a very, very poor exchange from the North team. And yeah, this South team is starting to take a little bit of a lead. Yeah, Incognito was also wondering like why SHYMASTORM didn't hop in and try to be more aggressive there. Wonder how soon this South team is going to give up. I think once command posts start getting taken, the South team is going to give. It is still a 4-on-5. Actually, they're going to draw, so sportsmanship from the Light Force there. They're just trying to draw the game because it was a 4-on-5 with Snuffy not really doing anything and going 1-17. So hopefully we'll get a better game in the future. That was, I mean, excellent play by many players on both teams, but it's kind of unfortunate when somebody comes in who's definitely not ready for League and who kind of just ruins a game that otherwise would have been very balanced. So to everybody, good game, and to Snuffy, definitely practice a little bit more, watch some videos, observe from some games, and it is tough because there's no regularly played public games at this point. You get one every couple of days, so it's hard to practice enough to get up to the level at which you can play League. You kind of have to have already been playing it for years and have learned the game back like 5-10 years ago when it was more popular. So it is an unfortunate situation, but yeah, hopefully he can get more skilled and then become a contributing member of League games. Anyways, it is my pleasure to commentate this, and so yeah, I am Titan Music for anybody who is curious who actually commentates these. I'm kind of a low to mid-level League player. I'm still a little bit inexperienced, but not quite a complete noob at this, but I do love commentating these games, and so I'll do it again. Titan Music out.